We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.
Hey, welcome everybody to the John and Rick Show. We have a great one, John, and it's exciting to see you here, lovely and ready to go. We're in Horse Trailer Pro Studios, and we're going to have a great show.
We are going to have a great show. We got Ronnie Beard.
We've got Ronnie Beard.
And Declan Vest.
I know. It's going to be super. Let us take a few minutes and let you hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Want to advertise on the John and Rick Show? Contact John at 352-875-8622.
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. It is November.
Can you believe it?
No. I honestly am struggling with it. We've had to start blanketing horses.
Yep.
We've clipped horses.
Yep.
The holidays are coming.
Yeah.
So
You know what I do every year? Probably about September or August. September.
right?
Briggs, let's start buying Christmas presents. We can start getting ready and, really get going.
Yeah.
Still haven't bought any.
I have.
Have you?
For the first time ever in my life.
You're kidding.
I bought Christmas presents. I'm not going to say what I bought
Yeah.
because then people will know.
Are you done?
No.
Okay.
But I did already get started, which is amazing. And honestly, what that means for me is then I'll be like, I'm way ahead, and then I won't do anything.
Right.
And then I'll be behind.
Then you'll be behind again. Well, Thanksgiving's coming up first. Briggs and I are heading off to Eugene, Oregon for his brother's wedding. So we
Awesome.
do that soon.
That'll be fun. I've never been to Oregon, I don't think.
I've never been to Oregon either, but we're about to go.
How far is it from Portland?
Oh, guess what? Before we get into horse topics.
What?
So they're coming out with Housewives of Salt Lake.
Okay. Can I?
My niece
Yes.
and my nephew,
Yes.
she might be one
In
of
it?
the housewives.
That is awesome.
You have news on that?
No, I was just going to say, I've never watched a Housewives, but I will watch that.
I will too, because Christina is awesome.
Yeah.
They have like 5, how many kids they have? 5, 4, right. I don't know. She's a perfect housewife. They live in Park City. It's
Right.
like perfect for them. So anyway,
awesome.
that's the news. I hope she makes it too.
That'll be fun.
I know.
Cool.
So what's going on in the horse world? I saw you showing at WEC.
I did. I got to jump around. That's
How much did that cost? $1,700?
I don't know. I try not to think about it till the end of the week. But I tell you what, I woke up this morning, I got in my car, I drove 7 minutes to WEC. I got out, I walked the course, I went over to the French pastry place. I got the most beautiful bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant. That's how you have to
It's really
say it.
nice.
You can't say croissant. It has to be a croissant.
Croissant.
And I ate that, and the bacon was like cut like that thick. It was so good. And I had a beautiful chai tea latte, and I sat there and I watched the first 20 horses go, and I was like, this is the life. And then my horse showed up. I went over, I got on my horse.
Oh my God,
I
you're like a
jumped my
little
It was
Lord
so
Fauntleroy.
good. I
You
got
didn't do
on my
anything,
horse.
And then you got back in your Mercedes
And then when I
went
got
back
done,
home. Yeah.
I got off, I handed my horse off, I got on my electric bike, and I drove back to my truck and went home.
Wow.
And then,
Good for you.
thank you.
You
And then,
lived the dream.
just so people don't think then I'm that sort of person, then
But you are.
Then we aerated, mowed, watered, fertilized the entire show jump course, and then rebuilt the whole course.
See, that's great.
And rode 2 horses. So it was a full day.
It was a good day.
Yeah.
You're getting prepared because you probably have 5,672 people staying here.
Yeah, that's exactly the number.
That's a lot of people.
And I started freaking out about it, so I was like, we got to make sure the ring is in.
No,
as
how
good
many
shape.
people do you have coming?
I don't like to think about it.
many
How many horses do you have?
We have 10.
Okay, ask me.
How many horses do you have?
No idea. Don't want to know. Do not want to know. I have no idea how many horses we have.
Wow.
Do not need to know.
Well, I do know this. You had Tyson on, which thanks for doing that. It was a great show.
Yeah, Tyson was awesome.
Yeah, he's such a great talker.
Yeah.
Really energetic.
You don't have to say anything. He's the best guest to have. I just say, Tyson, welcome to the show.
Right.
And he just went.
Right. It was super. And I was so tired from that trip of 7 days in Europe. I don't even know what I said in the intro. So
you were great.
That's what you said. You actually said this to me. You really look like shit.
You did. But I liked that because it made me look better.
There you go. Well, we're all recovered. Actually, the horses just landed in Miami. Can you believe that? At least got 2.
That's amazing.
From Ireland.
That's fast.
A 3-star and a one that's younger, 6 coming 7, but does the meter 35.
And are you both geldings? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect.
No
long quarantine.
Yeah.
Right.
So they'll be at her farm on Friday. It was fast.
That's
Mersant and ESI were the shippers. They were fantastic.
That's amazing.
Sorry, Tim, that we didn't use Judah, but
well, it's you do what you can.
Got to do what we got to do.
Well, that's exciting. I can't wait to see them.
Now, what about Poe?
I got it.
Look at you.
All right, so you guys got to watch it more than I did because when Poe was going on, I was in Colorado teaching a clinic, and the time actually worked out great that I could have been up super early watching, and I watched some, but also because I'm teaching a clinic, it's hard to
Sure, you can't really.
You got to be focused on the job, right?
But we had a lot of U.S. riders there.
Yes, yes. I like how you said American and then realized Danny Mogel has taught you we are all Americans.
To say U.S. riders because she's a Mexican American.
She is a Mexican American.
American,
and my wife is a Canadian American. So it was. But it was a good event, right?
Yeah, it was super.
So obviously Tim won.
Tim Price.
Yep. On, we're gonna say it's Gerillo, which it is Gerillo, but we were making fun that.
I even thought maybe is that a clone to Milo, but it's not.
I feel like if it was a clone, we would all know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an awesome horse.
Yeah, he did great.
And Tim had a great weekend because he was first and fourth.
Right.
Obviously Tom Jackson did great, and then how cool was it to see Boyd on Liz's horse?
Cooley Nutcracker,
Yeah.
the horse that went to Paris. And I do believe the fact is that Liz at Paris was the highest ranked U.S. rider on that horse at Paris. So I can definitely say that as a fact. I think she finished 9th.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Perfect. So you can definitely say that as a fact, and then he goes
and,
on and does.
Hey, out there to Liz. I know she's in recovery and she's doing things.
She's riding.
I saw her up on a horse.
Yep.
So
doing great.
Very cool.
So we don't need to go. Everybody knows all the results here, but I do think we need to just shout out our other American, United States Americans.
We got Cosby.
Cosby, who, she just keeps smoking around on those horses. Congratulations to Cosby on Highly Suspicious in 11th, sorry. And then, all right, so we're going to put the invite out now. Emily?
Yeah, Emily.
We want you on the podcast.
We actually want Corvette on the podcast. But
if we could get Corvette, that'd be great.
6.
I think he's done all 6 of the Northern Hemisphere 5-stars.
But not the Adelaide.
Adelaide. Yes.
Adelaide. Adelaide. That's pretty incredible. And you should see his record.
Yeah.
On the 5-stars.
He's incredible, and she does such a good job on him because he's not. He's an amazing jumper, but he is not easy to stay with.
You know what's really cool? He's getting better dressage scores than. And he's 17, 18?
So what I want to know, and we need to find out from her when we have her on, is does she want to do Adelaide? Maybe that's something she wants to do, and I bet we could do a little crowdsourcing to get her down there.
So if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, but
you probably are.
But Maryland wasn't going on at the time, and the only person that did all 6, and I think it included Adelaide, was Shiraz.
Yeah, Colleen Rutledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She what?
I don't think
she didn't go to Adelaide either. So she did the 5 Continental.
I think somebody's done it.
Somebody's had to. Well, here's the deal. I think her and Emily are the only one on the same horse.
Right. Okay. That's a good point.
Yeah. So I think Boyd has done all of them on different horses.
Right. So.
And
then we got Grace
Taylor.
And how cool is that? Because she went to Burley, did not go her way, and just came out of it, got better. and
She
had a
has.
great week.
This is what I'm disappointed a little bit about. Not
Okay.
about Grace, everybody, but they never give a shout out to Anne at all.
Okay.
Her mother,
Yeah, I know.
who was
Ann.
at Seoul,
Yes.
Anne Hardaway.
Yeah.
They talk about her dad.
Right.
They don't talk, and I'm like, her mother was an Olympian from the United States.
And do you think that's because of the name? It's just easy to correlate Grace Taylor, Nigel Taylor, and then Anne Hardaway.
Certainly, people that are commentating know that Anne Hardaway Taylor
Yeah, you would think.
was at
Anne, we
Anne.
think you're awesome.
Yeah,
We've
thank
had
you.
Anne on.
We have had Anna
Yeah.
on it, but we need to have her again.
Yeah.
But she
We promote Anne.
all the time. But I think Grace should be on a Nations Cup. She hasn't been on a Nations Cup over there. And
Yeah, I
she's
think part of
located
that
there.
might just be
timing,
you've got to
or maybe
the right show.
application.
Right. Well, and you just have to show up to the right
Well,
show.
we know Ben and Neil.
Uh-huh.
They're jumpers.
Yeah.
Ben being very successful. He's got a really nice jumper going around. I don't know how much Ronnie knows about Ben and Aaron, but we can ask Ronnie if he does. And Neil. So the boys are twins, and they're over here in Ocala
Yeah.
along with their mother.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. But Poe was
so-
fun to watch.
So, and then who else did we have there, just real quick? So we had Tiana. She didn't have the weekend she probably wanted, but she got it done. So shout out to Tiana. And yeah,
She has a couple cool horses, though.
yeah, Tiana's
It was
always
unfortunate
right
for
there.
her, though. She did not fall off at a jump. She fell off in a galloping turn
Right.
on one of the horses. And so that was, again, let's go through them. We got Emily Hamill, Cosby Green, and who was the other? Grace Taylor.
Yeah.
So all three girls were in, I think, top 22.
Yes.
By the way,
yeah.
just note to self, one of the horses coming over Bugatti, which is the meter 35 horse,
Good car, Bugatti. Or is it a bike?
it's a
Motorcycle?
car.
Is it
It's a car.
Good thing you're here.
Well, he just worded it to me.
Right,
But
okay.
Bugatti came from Copper Beachfield Farm,
Right.
where Copper Beach came from.
Ah, guaranteed.
But
guaranteed to be great.
it's Gemma that sold Copper Beach to, I think, Buck.
Yep.
When it went over.
Yep.
Or maybe at the time it was Carolyn.
Just
You
go
know how
with it. Nobody's gonna
You
just
know
go
how
with
that
it.
all meshes together because
Yeah.
Buck and Caroline it was
Yeah.
that way.
Yep.
So anyway, short note to self.
Right. Perfect.
Well, what do you want to do?
Well, we should just quickly also say, because this is going to be coming out right during Teranova.
Got Teranova.
Right. So Teranova is coming and actually has a pretty good turnout. Like the divisions themselves aren't huge, but for the last event of the year, and it ends up kind of being a little bit of a catch-all. Like I think.
Yeah, we went there last year. Briggs was fourth last year in the 4 short.
Right. And so I think you get a small field because it's so late in the season, and then you get like people from Morven who maybe didn't have the week they wanted, or Maryland didn't have the week they wanted. So they've got 16 in the 4 long today, which could be different by the time they start. 18 in the 4 short. I'm officially getting 35-ish in the 3 long, 48 in the 2 star, and 35-ish in the 1
Are you
star.
competing?
I've got 1 in the 4 short and
That's
1
going
in
to be
the
your
3
first
long.
4 short?
For her, yeah.
Yeah, because you did the advanced.
She's done 2 advanced, so she'll do the 4 short there, yeah.
Good for you.
We'll see.
You're going to be a 4-star horse again.
Yeah, I'll be the horse myself.
It's
Yeah,
been,
so it'll be
it's been
fun.
a climb, John.
But you know what? She's only 8, so it's actually, and I got her when she was 5. It's only been 3 years.
I know. I mean, not just her being your climb.
Right.
I mean, your climb.
Isn't that a song?
Maybe.
By
I
Miley
don't know.
Cyrus.
But congratulations. I'm happy for you. It's a
Thanks.
cool horse.
Yeah.
I saw her jump around. Was that a meter 20 you were
Yeah,
doing?
just took her over and did the meter 20 this morning.
You only had 5 rails. That was pretty good.
I mean, it's getting better. We'll get there.
No, it was a good double clear.
She's great.
Yeah,
She's great.
super.
Yeah,
Well, let's get Ronnie on here.
All right, let's get Ronnie on. We'll
right.
take a break, and we'll be back with the Equibrew segment, and we'll tell you all about Equibrew at that point. Until then, go check out some of our other sponsors. Don't hit the skip thing. Just watch the commercials.
No, watch the commercial. There's some good ones in there. In fact, there's a hidden puzzle that you need to look for.
We should get that going again.
All right.
We'll be back.
Bye. Equibrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
Equibrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order Equibrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
If you're in the horse world, you need to have a good lawyer. Whatever the size of your business, having the best legal support is paramount. Rick and I use our friend and attorney, Yvonne Okrant. She's a partner at Hinshaw & Culberson LLP, which is a national law firm with over 450 attorneys. She's been at this for over 24 years and is licensed in Illinois, Florida, and Wisconsin. Yvonne can help you with contracts for horse purchases, sales and leases, as well as equine activity liability, releases, and training and boarding contracts for individuals and entities. If you need help with a syndicate, she's done over 350 contracts and operating agreements for sport horses in all 3 disciplines. Whatever your legal need is, Yvonne can assist you. Call her at 312-704-3080 or email at yokrant@hinshawlaw.com.
So we just told you all about Yvonne Okrant and wanted to just remind you guys to give her a call if you have any legal needs involving anything in the equine industry. Make sure you use the promo code HORSELAW. That's going to get you a free initial consultation. Again, remember that promo code HORSELAW. You're going to love Yvonne.
Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique allows him to identify and alleviate tightness in muscles. He uses trigger point massage to release points of restriction. Grant has over a decade of experience fitting and adjusting a wide variety of saddles. His expertise in equine physiology, coupled with a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle, allows him to quickly identify and correct any balance issues. Grant can also adjust your saddle on site. Grant works on all of my competition horses, and I have noticed a significant improvement in their performance at competitions and their overall way of going. Grant's based in Ocala, Florida year-round, but regularly travels to the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are joined by the legendary Ronnie Beard. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, glad to be here.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And this is the Equibrew segment. Equibrew is a great live probiotic. I use it on all of my horses. I try to always take this part over and give the spiel to see if I can get it even kind of close and get it right.
Try it.
So Equibrew is a live probiotic. It is a liquid. It is one of, if not the only, live probiotic that we know works because it is a liquid. The dry ones don't work as good, right? You gotta have a liquid. They're all living in here and floating around and doing it's like a little society of live probios.
My God, you're really good at this.
Thank you. And so they're in there, and it's like kind of like horsey kombucha, but better. So I've used it now for myself with live brew, and it actually immediately, like within one day, I felt better. Which I was shocked. And I even stopped to be like, that can't be it. And then I felt worse, and then I started again.
Yeah, it can be less than a day, but
it was like I started that morning, that afternoon.
Yeah, you were better.
Yeah.
It's
like not emotionally, but physically.
Yeah, you got it. Brickfieldnutrition.com. It's very easy to order because we're on Shopify now. So there are some specials going on. I think we're having a Black Friday sale for it. So everybody, go in there, get your horses started on it. It's a daily supplement, everybody. And it does help the gut really actively work correctly. And so, you have horses with all different problems. They can slowly get their way through it. Ronnie uses it with his horses.
I just started using it about 2 months ago, and I've seen notable difference. It's very, very good product.
Yeah, excellent. Talking about Ronnie Beard, and Ronnie, thanks for joining us.
Oh, sure.
And we're very lucky, Briggs and I, to have Ronnie come up. He tries to come monthly, and he comes up and works with us to try to teach us how to ride.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's very good. Ronnie, everybody out there, Ronnie has been around for a very long time, is a great horseman, knows his horses. I can always go, do you like this one? And he'll go, no. Tell us, you're from Fairfax County, Virginia.
I grew up in Fairfax County, just outside of Middleburg.
So let us know about you, because a lot of people don't know your history, and it's pretty interesting.
Well, growing up in Virginia, I think really kind of made my career. I was surrounded by so many wonderful horsemen. Virginia literally was horse show hunt country, hunter show country. And that's basically what I started doing when I was very young. I would fox hunt far more than I would ever go to school.
Good move.
My mother was very instrumental in helping me get started, and in fact, she would write notes to the school. Please excuse Ronald from school today, as he has some personal reasons. Finally, the principal called her one day and said, "I just don't understand this. What are these personal reasons?" And she said, "Well, he told me they were personal, so I certainly didn't ask." So I was probably out fox hunting at the time. But the great horsemen of the time then were like Kenny Wheeler and Gene Cunningham, Jimmy Lee, Bobby Burke. And the shows I would go to, that's where they were.
Right.
And they were at such a different level than I was. They were just the best of the best. But they were very giving and always supportive, and helped me find some of my young horses when I first started. And I didn't have the wherewithal to go out and buy the very most expensive horse, but I did get a couple of horses off the track, and with their help and making lots of mistakes, it was a nice way to grow up and to learn from people. Later in life, they continued to be great friends and very supportive of my career as it kept progressing.
Yeah, and so that led, and I've heard your stories. That's why I'm so inspired by you. But after your childhood, you went into the military?
I did. It was during the Vietnam War, and everybody was being drafted. I had a lot of friends that were being in Fairfax County and so forth, being in the D.C. area. A lot of my friends that rode were actually involved military-wise and so forth. So they suggested that I volunteer for the draft. And by doing that, I got put in a position where they sent me to, first of all, to boot camp. No fun.
That doesn't sound fun.
No.
Not unless you watch Boots on Netflix.
Yeah.
Right, different.
Right. So, but at any rate, I got the assignment at Arlington Cemetery with the Old Guard, or the Honor Guard, and I was in the horse regiment. And my job was I rode in the funerals, but I also did a lot of program rides. I led the riderless horse on numerous occasions, and some
That's
big.
awesome.
Some
I mean, that's a huge honor.
Yes.
And so at any rate, the one thing I learned from the Army not only was organization, I mean, like everything was just always so well done, but also the horsemen, most of the chief officers were from Fort Riley, which is basically where the horse cavalry started, and to learn their ways and talking about, coming in with the 3-day horses and so forth. These animals were wonderfully ridden, and you had riders like General Patton, and they were actually excellent riders, and they taught wonderful position. And so it was a learning experience for me. I was probably more advanced as a rider than any of the other people in the service, so I did get to teach them a little bit too. When the new recruits would come in, and needed a little bit of knowledge. Some of them didn't know anything. We had to teach them how to actually ride. But so I enjoyed that part of my life very much.
it was instrumental in in building your career. Then General Burton comes in here somehow.
Yes, after I left the service, I started a small business in Reston, Virginia, and it was my first outing of running my own business. And it was a small show horse business, and also, once again, riding lessons and so forth. And we had a boarding stable. It was quite a nice barn. General Burton was had just been transferred to the area, and he was at the Pentagon, and he needed a place to keep his horse. And he had at that time, a very wonderful horse called Bold Lure. And so he came to me, and he asked if he could keep him at our barn. And I said, certainly. And once again, I mean, such a brilliant man. And I had read about him, I knew about him. And in the evenings, he would only ride in the evenings because having to work at the Pentagon during the day. So I would come back from home just to watch him work his horse and so forth. And as time went on, he asked me if I would be interested in riding the horse a bit to help him keep it fit. And I said, sure. And he gave me some lessons, and it went very well. And so he then asked if I'd like to do a couple of events with him, and I knew nothing about it, I'll be quite honest, but I was more than eager to learn. And I guess I did a couple small events, and then he let me go to Fair Hill.
Oh, wow.
And the horse was wonderful, and I wasn't so good, but the horse was just wonderful and placed fine. But it was another great experience just to be around him and to ride a horse like that was so beautifully made, you know.
Well, I mean, for us, General Burton was a great judge and a great advocate for 3-day eventing. So it's really, when you started telling me that story, I was like, that's so very cool.
That is amazing. It's just a whole other side of it.
Right. And then, Ronnie, you're well known for this, even to this day. You probably go, gosh, why is this chandelier such a big thing in my life? But you are known not just for your horsemanship and some 2 wonderful horses, and not to mention the whole long line of them. But tell us about Winter Place.
Well, I was well into Reston. I wasn't achieving everything that I wanted. General Burton ended up buying a place out, I believe it was close to Middleburg, but he and his wife and children moved out there. And then I was basically left with just a few clients, and it just really wasn't what I was looking for. And I was very into wanting to know a lot more about the show jumping and so forth. And Jimmy Lee, who's a great horseman, came to me, and we were talking one day, and I told him what I was looking for. And he said, well, why don't you come and work for me for a year? And he had Jane Gaston, or Jane Womble at the time, who had the finest hunters in the country. And I thought to myself, you know, if I'm going to really learn about the real good, I need to do something like this.
Right.
And being around, you know, the way they do things. And once again, it's different than the Army did things. It's different than, you know, I had done before. But so he was a great mentor for me. And he had a client on the eastern shore of Maryland who bought a couple of horses that were just horses from Jimmy. But he was quite a wealthy man, and he had a daughter who liked to ride. And the man told Jimmy that he would like Jimmy to come over and just be his private trainer. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy had no interest in going because he had Jane at the time, and they were competing, and they were national champions, and he was really into that. And so he said, but why don't you take Ronnie over? Well, I thought to myself, I'm going to be stuck in the middle of nowhere, and eastern shore of Maryland. I didn't even know where it was. And
It's on the east.
yeah, it was as far as east as you could go, and it was on the ocean. But I went over, and they had a small stable in their backyard, quite a nice little barn, and they did have one nice horse, and I started working with Bradley. Her name was Bradley Kane, and the owner's name was James B. Kane, and he was a large land developer, and he really built most of Ocean City, Maryland. And after there for a bit, he said, Ronnie, what do you really want? And I said, I want to have a top show stable and, eventually hunters, jumpers. And it was at dinner one night, and he said, well, build it. And I said, well, that's a broad statement. and he said, no, if we're going to build it, he said, we're going to build it. And he said, I want the best stable in the world. He said, I want the barns to be the best. I want the best horses, and I don't want to lose, ever.
No pressure, though.
No pressure whatsoever. He was a very direct man about things. And we put the plans together, and he was such a doer. He could get things done immediately. And within a year, the barn was built. He bought 1,000 acres on the eastern shore of Maryland, and we built the barns and everything. And it's been told to me at that time, it cost, and this was back in the 70s, it was the cost of building the barns and the facility was $12 million.
Wow.
So whatever that is today, it's
a
probably
lot more.
Yeah. But it was a beautiful barn and barns. It had everything conceivable, and the chandeliers, of course, came into place, and they weren't just chandeliers. He had them sent from Italy, and
wow,
they were just gigantic. And they had one man that did nothing but clean chandeliers, because
you would have to.
There were probably about 50 throughout the farm.
That's incredible.
Because the farm consisted of not only the main stable and riding arena, and but then several out stables, an indoor swimming pool that had a big chandelier over it, and then he decided to get into collecting carriages, and he had the largest carriage collection in the United States, and it was in the same type of a building. But more important than that, he gave me the wherewithal to buy any horse that I wanted, and I was able to buy the best.
The best.
You
How long were you at Winter Place? I know you're still friends with Bradley.
Oh, yes.
So how long was Winter Place? And I really, really want you to tell us about Run and Southside. So how does that transpire into it?
Well, I was at Winter Place for about 8 years. It was, and it transpired that Jet Run, actually, Jimmy Lee told me about him, that he had seen the horse, and there were he was a very young horse. He was only 5 years old, but he was very precocious, and he had started jumping about 1.30 meters, and I flew up to Oak Brook, Illinois, where he was showing, and I watched him jump, and he wasn't the type of horse you just go, wow, but he was so light and airy. He was just like a feather. But he was more like a deer. He just like he was very long backed. He was a little rigid in the neck. He didn't have his mouth wasn't very good. Hind end could have been a bit better, but it was easy even when it wasn't perfect. He never wanted to touch anything. It was just real light and airy. So I liked him, and Jimmy Kahn owned him at the time, who was a great horseman and a great rider. And he took him to Harrisburg, and the horse was just turning 6. And he developed so quickly at Harrisburg. He was like intermediate. He jumped him in the intermediate division, which in today's world would be 1.45 meters type division, and as just basic off of no training. And
As a 6-year-old, that's a pretty big fence. Yeah.
And I watched him go there, and I called Mr. Kane and I said, I want to buy him. And he said, okay. And so I had him vetted, and that didn't go very well, but I said I still want him.
Been there.
Yeah. And so we bought him, and I took him to Florida the first year, and he was certainly ready for that intermediate, with them was the intermediate jumper division. And I actually, most people don't know it, but I put Jane Gaston, or Jane Womble, was his first rider, and she did a lot of groundwork, and was very helpful in kind of starting to get him riding a bit better. But her main interests were the hunters at that point, and she was, once again campaigning a lot of places we weren't. So I had to come up with the next person that I thought could help me develop the horse, and I got, since she was already riding for me at Winter Place, I got Melanie Smith.
Oh,
and Melanie did a brilliant job with making the horse. And that by the end of that year, we took him to Philadelphia, and he won the Grand Prix of Philadelphia. And Melanie had a very big interest in wanting to be on the team. I had Katie Prudana at the time, or Katie Monahan, and Buddy Brown, and Bernie Traurig, and I had
the list goes on.
So just nobody's really.
So at any rate, everybody, of course, by then wanted Jet Run, and I stuck with Melanie. And then at the same time, I had heard about Southside, and he was actually a green confirmation hunter that belonged to Mrs. A.C. Randolph. And he was a beautiful horse, very careful, and beautiful style jumper, and had scope, but he was a little bit of a chicken, and he had some issues and things, but I really, really liked the horse. And
he was a thoroughbred?
Yes, he's a thoroughbred.
Yep.
And so I bought him, and he was to be the second horse to Jet Run at that point.
Right.
Up until then, I just had a lot of very famous hunters. They were some, really top hunters, but these two horses were the start of my real jumper career, so to speak.
Right.
And Southside, I put Melanie on Southside and switched Bernie Traurig to Jet Run. And that year, he won 3 Grand Prix and won the Grand Prix of New York.
And that was on Southside?
That was on Jet Run. And Southside was having issues, but we kept working through them. Melanie was riding him. He hated the water. He put more people in the water. And at any rate, after the Grand Prix of New York, we even though Mr. Kane never really sold or wasn't in it for business-wise, we were getting these incredible offers for Jet Run. And so finally, Fernando Senderos from Mexico called, and he offered us, at that time, I think it was $400,000, which was just unheard of. People just didn't pay that kind of money for horses. And he said, I'd like to come up and try him. And I said, you're welcome to come up. And I said, but you can't try him. I said, I know the horse is good. I said, I don't know if you're any good. And I said, you're not going to ride my horse. And he said, I really, really want to buy him. And I said, well, if you really want to buy him, I suggest you get a suitcase and put cash in it. And so he came up, and they paid cash for him.
Wow.
And at that point, it was a little disappointing for a couple of the riders. Robert Ridland, at that point, who's now our chef to keep, he was hoping for Jet Run for Montreal for the Olympic Games.
For the U.S.
But I knew that Jet Run was going to go to Montreal with Fernando. And Robert said, what should I do? And I said, I'm going to give you Southside. And he said, well, he said, he won't jump the water. And I said, by then he will. And I said, I promise you, he's an Olympic horse. And we worked with him for the next year. And actually, the horse was picked to go to Montreal. So
you had two horses.
I had two, and I was really proud of Southside because it's the last year they ever held the stadium jumping in the main arena during close. It was actually in the downtown Montreal, and it was during closing ceremonies they used to hold the Nations Cup.
Oh, wow.
And which they've stopped doing, but it was so special with all those people. And they had 16 and a half feet of water, and he was one of two horses that cleared it.
Wow. Thus, you got that water thing fixed.
Yeah. It was
so
a
did Jet
project.
Run come back to you?
No, then Jet Run was sold to F. Eugene Dixon for Michael Matz, who had probably the most success on him of anybody. Michael rode him beautifully, and then it's where the horse belonged and won numerous Grand Prix. In fact, that year, I had then sold Southside to Ellen Van Dyke for Donald Cheska. They went to the World Cup finals in Birmingham, and they were first and second.
Wow, that's quite a record, Ronnie. That's pretty cool.
So I was very fortunate, and then that's led to a lot of other really great jumpers that
You had a horse in that 2016 Rio Olympics,
yes,
correct?
yeah, Walensky. He's
and
actually
who rode that?
Matt Williams for Australia,
right?
And he made the individual cut and he ended up in the top 20 and jumped beautifully. Had two good, really clear rounds that were beautiful, and he's actually retired up here now.
Well, all that being said, that's why we love having you with us, because of all this experience.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But on top of that, we were honored to go to your induction into the Hunter Hall of Fame, which was very fun to do. Jimmy Lee was there. Congratulations. You definitely deserve that. But what a career you've had. And I know Ronnie absolutely loves horses because he comes to our farm. He sits in a golf cart and he goes to the barn while he watches everything.
Right.
But you have a super nice young horse that we're impressed with, and you're really excited about it. What's that horse that you have?
His name is Can Do, and he fell into my lap.
By Bradley.
Yeah,
right?
Bradley actually called me and said she saw him at a farm. A lady in Maryland bred him, and he's a very beautiful horse, and he had not jumped. And Bradley had them jump him over an X, and she said, Ronnie, she said, I really feel that he has a great jump in him. His technique is nice. I said, well, send him to me, and I'll work with him for a week or two, and we'll see. Because Bradley, of course, we had been privileged to be around all these great horses, so I knew she knew what good looked like. And I got the horse, and I worked with him for 2 weeks, and I bought him immediately. I had last year had Luke Jensen ride him. He ended up, after, like I said, we just started jumping 1 year ago. He ended up the season winning the meter 45 stake at WEF.
Wow.
And
Luke Jensen, by the way, is Hunt Tosh's nephew.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Right. So Luke has moved on. He's now in Germany working for Paul Schockmiller, at least till spring. He always has an open place at our farm.
Such
if he
a
wants
cool,
to come.
cool young man.
He really is. So I had needed to do something with Can Do for this coming year, and maybe the future years or whatever. So I'm very close friends with Linda Huff, who is Lauren Huff's mother, and I talked to Linda, and then I've known Lauren since she was a baby, and I called her. So she has the horse now.
And I just saw a video of her riding it the other day. And
she rides him beautifully.
Amazing.
And it's kind of fun because, Lauren is kind of involved in the 3-day event sporting now.
Yep.
She's helping Philip jump around beautifully.
Yeah.
And she's done a little bit of that for years.
And so I was friends with with Mark Phillips for long before I met, before Lauren met him, even before they went out. And so it's a nice combination that then when I met you and started going to the events, there's so many of my friends that are involved.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what they say to him when they see him?
Hello?
Are you coming to the darker side?
That's right.
But Ronnie is a thrill to have. He's been to Kentucky with us. He's gone to Montana with us. And he really has his heart on telling Briggs, there's nothing you should ever do other than just win.
Right. Let's get it, Briggs.
So that's where we are. So if you could, when you have your life, you're in Wellington, you have a farm, you have great partners with you down there, Roberto, Mike, you have a good friend of yours named Mark, Winmont Farm.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see in the next 5 years? Do you want Can-Do to make an Olympic team?
Well, that would be wonderful. If not, I want him to be the best horse he can be. But
Right.
I think he's certainly going to be a top international horse. And if the timing is all right and the match is perfect, he has to earn his way. I mean, he's going to have to beat some really good people. And I'm on the selection committee as well for the USEF. Since Robert used to ride for me, I still work quite closely with him.
Sure.
And it's real hard. And so, and they've got such a great group of people right now. That'll be a hard road to cut, but I'm not saying anything's possible. If the horse proves himself, he proves himself.
Well, I saw her ride it. I know you let Briggs had the honor of riding several of your Grand Prix show jumpers, and that was one of them. And that thing can jump. So
the hard part's staying on him.
yeah, exactly. Well, I know we could talk all night with Ronnie because he has great stories, and we appreciate you being a part of our life now. So
no, I'm enjoying it, just like everything else. It's been a learning experience for me going to all these events, and I'm starting to form my own opinions about what I like, and I had a conversation with Rick and Briggs last night about the people that I've seen that I really admire, and how they're doing it, and I think that it's a great sport. So it's a new chapter just to add into the book. I honestly, with Can-Do, he'll be off and about, and I've slowly am phased away from the business more, so that I do have time. I judge quite a bit. I do about 12 major shows a year judging, and then plus doing some little clinic work and stuff like that. It keeps me away from home a lot. So it's different than when I used to sit at home and train.
Right, and I love Ronnie because he comes in and he goes, "This suitcase is for this farm."
Right.
So he has 3 different suitcases. He's
got to be organized.
He's going to Auburn, correct, to do a clinic there on Saturday. He did one in Savannah. But he is coming to Ocala a lot, so anybody out there, if you're in the Ocala area and we know Ronnie's going to be here, we can set up at our farm to have some lessons with you.
Yeah, I would enjoy that. And Lauren will be up here with Can-Do. She's bringing him for about a month.
That'll be
and
awesome.
So
Cool.
he'll be competing up here. So
Watch her on Saturday nights.
I'll be hanging around a little bit more then.
Good. Well, thanks so much for being on the show, Ronnie.
Well,
and
thank
we're going to
you.
have you on more, I'm sure, because as we go through this sport, I know that guy right there probably needs to come over and get a couple show jump lessons.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love it. So thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for to Equibrew, for helping us have Ronnie on. We appreciate it. And we are going to take a break.
Yep.
And then we'll be back with Declan, direct from Canada, if he shows up. He says he's on the way. I was messaging him partway through there. So
Well, if Declan doesn't show up, we just keep on going.
Yeah, exactly. So
Take a break.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Since 1950, Maison Forestier has been offering its know-how to design custom-made saddles for passionate riders. In 2016, Maison Forestier took a turn and expanded into the sports world with the goal of improving the performance of the rider-horse pair. You will find a professional, reactive, and fun team to answer your needs. And this is why I have chosen Forestier for all of my saddlery needs. Feel free to contact the saddle expert in your area for more information by visiting www.forestier.com.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are now joined by the one, the only, Declan
Bast.
And there's a story.
Yeah, a short one.
What is it?
Well, when you're a kid in Canada and you play hockey, you get your jersey at the start of the year, and then, as most sports jerseys do, they have your last name on the back.
Right, yeah.
And you go get the name bar, and they misspelled mine, Blast, B-L-A-S-T.
What I wanted to call you.
Yeah, which what Rick called
So that was the story.
Yeah, just a little snippet. So I had to, tell them and get it remade. And
so you didn't.
Did you
I would have
keep it?
stuck with it.
Did
You
you
could have
keep
been
it?
like,
No, I didn't keep
You
it.
didn't keep it?
Were you a
threw it
forward?
away. You like stomped on it.
No, I was defenseman.
okay, yeah, that'd be tough. Well, but you could check him into the boards, blast him into the boards.
Yeah, it was the nickname stuck.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
It would. That's
So-
a great hockey name.
It is, yeah.
So thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I know you were busy. You're out doing what you do, which
Yeah.
is ride.
That's right.
But a lot of people don't know about Declan. Declan, number one, everybody, has beautiful curly hair, which I never do.
got serious.
So,
I'm having
but Declan,
issues.
I know you're from Canada. I used to see you show up at the Jockey Club in some old Ram Dodge truck.
Do you still have that truck?
I drove it here tonight.
I love that truck so much.
And I saw you from an all-day coming and working all day, night, cleaning stalls. Tell us, you're impressive. So tell us where you came from and what you're doing.
Well, you flatter me, Rick.
It's
but
the truth.
Yeah,
It's the truth.
At the time when I worked for Leslie, I would come and clean stalls at the Jockey Club there for Martha. And, and you were there at the time as well.
Exactly. Yep. We watch you do it every day.
Yeah.
So what got you down to the U.S.? What got you with Leslie Law?
Well, I was working for Sandra Donnelly at the time in Canada there, who you guys know.
We know Sandra really well.
Yeah. And I spent a summer there when I was 18. And winter was coming, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do.
Sounds like the Game of Thrones. Winter's coming.
Well, I shouldn't say I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was happy what I was doing and hadn't really thought much
beyond that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're 18.
Yeah. So anyways, she just said to me one day, Leslie Law is looking for somebody to go work for him. Would you be interested in doing it? And I thought about it a little bit and said, yeah, I would. So I headed down to Florida. And
what year was that?
2019.
So the year that I saw you working your butt
Yeah,
off.
yeah. And end of 2019, I guess.
Yeah. Sure,
Yeah.
right before COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So what did you think about that transition going from Canada to have you ever been to Florida before?
No, I hadn't.
Okay, so that was your first experience. Get to the laws, always a fun time. I mean, Leslie Grant is a hoot.
Totally.
So, so how did that all happen? With your riding career, getting up to that, what level were you going? Tell us.
Well, I started riding because my grandfather rode and kept horses at his place. Had been riding since a young age, but had no real education.
Training.
Yeah, exactly. But I was comfortable on the back of a horse. At the time, I was going, I think, pre-entry, which would be, I want to say novice in the U.S.
Probably.
Pre-entry or pre-training?
Pre-entry. Entry, maybe. Entry, which would be novice.
Yeah. You're the Canadian, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
just married to
it's
one.
also changed in Canada. It's different.
Right, they changed the name.
Yeah, we used to
Yeah.
have a pre-training down here, which was novice.
Did you?
But
Yeah. Anyways, point being, I was not far off a beginner in terms of real riding
You're right
education.
there.
Yeah. So anyways, I mean, it was a total culture shock in terms of day-to-day life, and also, learning to ride. And but it was an amazing experience,
But you know how to ride. I mean,
only because I was taught.
But I think the thing that I was at the horse show with you this weekend, and I was watching you in the warm-up, and you were it was in the cross-country warm-up, I was watching you, and you were smoking around on a horse and just riding positive and like aggressive in a good way, finding all the jumps. And then I went out on course and I came back through the finish, and you were on the next one and you were doing the same. And then I went back, came out on my modified horse, and you had like a couple in the modified, and you were smoking around on those. And that's when I was like, we gotta have Declan on. You and I'm not just saying this because you are riding so well, like,
thank you,
really good. And I just was watching you, and I'm like that's like that's
a good story.
Yeah, well, we have the podcast because we want to have people on that are interesting, right? And I think you're a really interesting guy because you know horses, but you have other things as well. We can talk baseball and the Blue Jays, which is heartbreaking, and the Brewers, which is devastating. But also I think it's great to talk about people who, as Rick was sort of getting to, that like I don't know how to, like, you seem to me in every way that I see you, like, you're a hustler. You work hard. You want to do this, obviously, or you wouldn't be doing it. And it's cool to watch. Like, I knew you when you came here and worked for the Laws. And then I think you were at Carter's for a little bit.
Clayton's.
And now I know you're at Clayton's. I thought you were with Carter for a little bit.
I never really rode with him, but I would work there.
Yeah, okay, so you
evening.
worked.
That was my other evening job.
Right, that's what I mean. You worked, right.
Yeah.
So I know you had my point is the
totally,
jobs. So you worked for the Laws, you worked a bit for the Kyle and Jen, and now you're at Clayton's. Like, I think it's a great story for people to hear, because I was saying to Ronnie, this sport is a sport that is super difficult to do. It is easier to do if you have, the more money you have, the easier it is to do it.
Totally.
And I think it is discouraging sometimes for people who come from like a normal family.
Middle class.
Like just normal. And I don't know that that's the case, but it strikes me that you work hard, so you must come from a normal family. You have to work to do it. And I think it's a great thing for people to hear that you came down here, you worked for these great people, you've put yourself into a really good job, and you're riding great.
He's got a tag watch on and Gucci shoes. So
right.
It's I wish it was a tag. One day it will be. It'll be a Rolex, actually. But
yes.
I think it's easy to forget just how unaccessible this sport is when you're in it every day.
Right.
But I did work hard, and was lucky to get good opportunities and pursued them to the fullest extent, and still am. And I'm still trying to get new opportunities for sure. But kind of what I was saying before about my time at Leslie's, I guess the point I was kind of trying to make is I was very green when I went there.
Right.
And the experience there in 2 years was huge, the amount of learning, and it really set me up to kind of go on to the next job at Clayton's, and I got a ton of great experiences there. I worked jobs in the evenings to make some extra money, and
now and by the way, you're married.
I am, yeah.
To a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a horsewoman.
Yeah.
So you've really made a life for yourself down here. Both Canadians?
Yeah. My wife is Canadian. I was fortunate enough to be a dual citizen.
There you go. I didn't know that. So we learned something new. Dual citizen.
Yeah.
Right.
And I should say I wasn't actually born in Canada. I was born in the U.S.
That's an important distinction right now.
It is.
Where?
I was born in Voorhees, New Jersey.
Ooh.
Everybody was born in New Jersey. Jay Hambly was born in New Jersey.
I don't know what's
was
going
he
on.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Maybe
that.
raised in New Jersey.
What's going on with New Jersey?
I don't know. But anyways, was there for a very short amount of time
Right.
after being born, and then grew up in Canada.
So you're working with Clayton.
Yeah.
Clayton has transitioned from, he was a pretty active rider. I mean, at the
Yeah,
upper
he
levels.
was pretty good.
Yeah, and active.
He was okay.
Good and active.
Yes.
I mean, all the way up to maybe a couple of years ago.
Right? Yeah.
But that transitions, he gets in a lot of horses for sale and a sale group. And I assume you're now the head of the realm at that farm, right? Because he's off
More or less, yeah.
He's off
Yeah.
building cross country courses and designing or having the builders build it for him. But you know, so what's it like on your sales? Are you doing good sales? Are you producing horses? What's going on with your job with Clayton?
Yeah, both. You know, Clayton brings a steady stream of horses over to sell from Germany, 4, 5, and 6-year-olds generally. And then we also take in sales horses from anybody who wants to send them.
Great. And
Yeah.
so that's going well. And
It is, yeah.
Lisa's there a lot with Hunter.
Yeah, they're there
So-
doing their thing.
And you just said that Clayton was off at Santa Anita putting up 600 stalls for the...
They're good stalls.
Split Rock Jumping Tour. Yeah.
And you want to talk about a marketing genius?
I know, he is.
FEI stalls?
Yeah.
Come on.
He is pretty smart.
I was a little confused when I first saw that. I'm like, what's the...
It's like you get a sponsorship without having to get the sponsorship.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
pretty
a little bit.
incredible.
Yeah. Good move.
Yeah, he did a good job. I mean, he's a go-getter.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can learn a lot from Clayton, and I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
So, you live in a beautiful palace on the property, correct?
I do, yeah. It has wheels, but it is a palace.
Yeah, there you go. And so what does your schedule for 26 look like? What is the goal for you, not just the sales horses, but you and your wife obviously has a new horse, I think.
She does, yeah. Yeah.
So what are the goals for y'all? What do you want to do?
Well,
you can represent either U.S. or Canada. So
well, it's Canada.
you got to choose
Yeah.
it. So you chose Canada.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's a little bit smaller group.
Yeah, that was a thinking. There's a lot of competition in this country.
So
but,
what's the goal?
Well, the goal is to keep growing our business. You know, we have our own little business now.
Good.
Yeah, so you and Maddie run a business
Yeah.
together, right?
Yeah,
You guys
we
come
do.
over here in school occasionally, and
Yeah.
she's always the one calling and setting it up.
Yeah.
I get a call
She's the
from Maddie.
organizer.
Declan and I are coming. I'm like, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Good thing you.
It's
have her.
important to have a
It
partner
is.
in this. You know, it's.
Well, she has a lot of kudos. I
She
love
does.
watching.
I couldn't do it without her.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
totally.
So you got your little business started, and she's got a new nice young horse. How old is that one?
He's 6.
6.
Yeah. She has a really
Cosby,
nice 6-year-old.
The thoroughbred. I know she heartaches with that one, but she tried really hard.
Yeah.
And she had some good mileage on it.
Totally.
But
She's
now-
got a ton of experience on that.
Oh,
horse.
tons.
Yeah.
Great
I mean,
horse.
she's been all over the place with that horse. But this new one, I've seen her on the scoreboard. So how's it going?
Good, yeah. He's a really nice 6-year-old. Has a lot of scope, and he's a good mover. He's green, and he has a lot of energy at times in the dressage. But
That's all right, don't we all?
yeah, she's doing a good job producing him. He's doing the 2 long at Teranova.
Oh,
next week,
awesome.
Yeah, and I am too, actually, with one of mine.
So is this the one you're doing the too long with your horse?
No, he's not. He's owned by a guy named Jamie Stryker.
So you're smart and you have owners.
Well, yeah, to some degree.
Fortunate, and you have owners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But does she own her horse or does she have owners?
She does, yeah. He was actually sourced by Clayton.
Okay.
And I actually rode him for a little bit when he first come over.
I gotcha.
Till
What's
Maddie
his
got her
name
hand
again?
on.
He's got a cool name.
Speakeasy. F-E
Yeah, that's
Speakeasy.
it. F.E. Speakeasy. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, to answer your original question, just keep growing our business, and you know, we're training people and selling horses on our own as well. And I've got 2 horses that I'm producing, and just keep them going. And
So that is kind of the way it's working. Is you're doing some stuff for Clayton, and then he's allowing you to kind of run your own business. At the
Yeah.
same time. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
that's
I rent part of the facility, and
Right.
we run our.
so you
show
run your
over there.
business out of there, and then ride some of his sales horses
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's a great opportunity.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's.
And he built a
it's
nice
huge.
new facility.
Yeah.
I mean, next door from his old one.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to move very far.
No, we didn't. It was convenient.
I did have a question. I think it just went off top. Oh, that when I was driving to the horse show, calls me up and goes, "What about Declan?" I was like, "The Blast guy?" No, I'm just kidding. Declan would be perfect. He goes, "I just texted him." He goes, "He's out on cross country." I said, Declan will pull up, say yes, and then keep going.
He didn't, but he was very quick afterward.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny, and then I saw you. So what's your 5-year plan? Are you going to have kids?
Jeez Louise, you are on a roll tonight, Rick. This is...
Why not just ask?
You know what the problem is? We gave Rick a glass of wine.
I had 2 sips.
He has turned
Our
it
children
on.
in the future.
For sure, eventually.
Good. Okay.
You got to carry on the family name, the way I see it.
Right. The Blast family has to go on.
That's right. Need somebody to take over my future empire.
That's cool. So, but 5 years, do you think 5 years from now... I always build 5 years out, right?
Yeah.
And 5 years, you could have your own little 10-acre farm and doing what you want to do and do that.
Declan, don't let him pressure you.
No, I'll answer. It's a good question. It's something I think about it. Yeah, I definitely want to own at the very least a home.
Right.
Maybe not necessarily a farm.
Right.
But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Property prices certainly aren't going down around here.
No, they just keep going up.
Yeah. But hopefully have a string of horses going at or near the top level and
super
be doing good business. And
well, you're at the Toulon. What horse are you on for the Toulon?
Je m'appelle Baloo.
That's a mouthful.
Fancy French name.
Yeah. So are you geared up for this one to be yours further up the line, or is this a sale horse?
Well, originally he was a sale horse. He came to Clayton's to be sold. Him and Jamie kind of did a trade deal. You take my horse and sell it, and I'll take yours. He's a equitation hunter, jumper, trainer.
Got it.
And the horse that Clayton had was more suited to that world. And actually, Kirk Webby was riding Midnight, as we call him.
Okay.
At the time, and he probably wasn't quite good enough suited well enough to what they wanted to do. So, anyways, long story short, he came over and got him going. And we didn't sell him.
And so Toulon's coming up.
Yeah.
So
anyways, I actually now am kind of trying to buy part of him and keep him a little bit longer.
Could be your chance.
Could be, yeah, totally.
I mean, you got 3-star next year. Are you
should
for
be
Maryland?
Maybe not Maryland, but somewhere for sure.
Teranova 3 long in the fall next year.
Yeah.
This is so far.
Maybe in the spring. Who knows?
God,
depending on how things go.
You got to think about it. This guy thinks.
I don't know.
Well, I don't actually, but it's good. It's good to kind of be pushed along, and
he's pushing tonight.
Honestly, I don't think about anything unless somebody.
Really?
He doesn't even think about when he's going to cross country school.
No,
Man, he
don't.
sets it up.
Yeah.
Well,
Declan shows up and is like, "Where's the jump?"
He can't beat his wife in the too long, so you better just settle for second.
You can.
Well, I'm going to try my absolute best.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. She wouldn't respect you if you didn't try.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's right. I had to think about what you said there.
Yeah. She wouldn't respect you if you didn't try.
You're like, what did you say?
To win.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sure.
Once we're on the horses, it's all competition.
Exactly. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. I'm out there to win for sure.
Yeah. It's
what else you got? You're
know,
rolling.
Well, you have the kids.
You have to. Oh, here's the thing though. When you ask them the question, you have to then let them answer it.
I know.
Okay.
Do you have the kids' names picked out?
No,
oh my God.
Definitely not. I got to get a house first, Rick.
Okay.
You know,
you asked me to ask. I'm sure Maddie does.
I doubt it. I doubt she does.
Poor man.
What is your future question for him? And let him answer.
I don't have a future question. You've asked all the questions.
No, I have not. Not possibly. Do you have any pets?
Yeah, we have 2 dogs.
All right. So those are your children.
Oh my God.
I don't like that kind of annoys me when people say that.
So we go to a vet
They're
place
my
in
children.
town here and they say, "Oh, when is your child coming in?" I'm like, "It is a dog."
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous.
See, I've already annoyed him now. Our dogs are our children.
Well, that's not true. You have children.
Well, of course, they're. Look, you know what my grandchild is? A dog.
Yes.
So my daughter's not having kids. I got a dog for a grandkid.
All right.
That's okay.
All right. So what's the plan on getting ready? Are you ready for the too long? Have you done your gallops?
Yeah, we're all ready to go. I'll do a little cross country school.
Who's the judge?
For the dressage?
Who's the judges? The two judges for you?
I don't know.
Good Lord.
I told you I don't think about anything.
Have you even looked at your dressage test yet?
Yeah, I have.
All right, good man.
I have. Only because I look ahead. The lead up runs, and I've been doing a few too shorts, and it's a different test than I've been doing. So.
Yeah, isn't that the worst?
How many Terenovas have you done?
3.
Do you
3, 4.
like Alec Lahore's courses?
Yeah, I do.
It's good.
I do. I think he does a good job with what he has.
Yeah.
And they're obviously, constantly trying to make improvements.
I heard they made the mountain bigger.
Bigger?
Yeah, and put
bigger than it was last year?
Put another step on it.
Well, I thought it was pretty big.
Maybe it was that the mountain didn't get bigger, but the step got bigger. They put a second step that's bigger, so it's a bigger drop.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Anyways, they're obviously trying to create some terrain on a naturally flat.
Yes, and
flat
the coffins
surface.
are going to be in this year.
Yeah.
You could buy a house there.
That's not a bad idea. That's probably one place I could afford. I'd have to somehow turn a swamp into
well, they already did that for
piece
you. That's the $5 million barn and the house that they have on those little acre lots.
The on-site farms are going to be pretty squish.
Yeah.
Do you
Is that
play
mini
golf?
farm?
Yeah, I'm not sure you could swing that.
I play a ton of golf. I'm
you?
a bit of a golf addict, actually.
Really?
Are you good?
I'm okay. Yeah. I'm
You
okay.
look like a golfer. That's why I
Looks
asked.
like a hockey player.
I grew up playing a lot of sports, so
Yeah, Briggs hates golf, but he loves to hit the ball.
Yeah.
But
we'll go play, Briggs.
Yeah, we should go out and play because we haven't played since really COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, we like to hit the ball. Do you golf?
The last time I golfed, there's a public course about 20 minutes that way in Dunellen, and you can, for probably at that time, which was probably 7-8 years ago, you could, for about $25, rent clubs, buy the balls, and a 6-pack of Coors Light in ice, and a cart, and go out and play the 9-hole course. It was great. I had so much fun.
You got a cart for 9 holes?
Yeah, I did.
Most people do.
Yeah, I did.
There's a little place down the road from us at Orange Park, Orange Lake, that has a 9-hole.
Oh yeah.
That
It's not Grand Lake, is it?
no.
No.
I like the public courses, no stress, no pressure, nobody gets upset when you're terrible.
It's public, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. No, I'm not a private club guy yet.
So
You will be.
One day.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So if you could give somebody advice that was in your position in 2018, 19, what would you tell them to do? Would you tell them to do anything differently than you've done? Seems like you've done it pretty good. Or is there some words of advice that you would say, better do this for your coming down here and being where you are?
Well, not that I feel like I'm in any position to give anybody advice.
I think you are. You've done pretty well. You look at you. You're here with a nice shirt on.
That's right. Of course, there's things you could do better. But if you're willing to work hard and if you're willing to do what it takes, and what it takes is different for everybody depending on your situation. I don't think there's any reason anybody cannot do this.
I agree with you. John?
Be willing to take the leap, I guess, as well. It's a huge...
It was a big leap for you.
Yeah, it was. It was. At the time, I probably didn't realize...
how big it was?
Yeah, but looking back now, I'm like, wow, that was,
Well, I think that's the thing that I think is admirable is you literally moved across 2 countries.
Yeah.
Because there was an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think, for me, I see so many people who think they want to do stuff, whether it's horses or other things, but they don't want to make the sacrifices involved. And leaving your family and your home to move from Canada to Florida is a big deal. And even if when you're doing it initially, you're not maybe thinking this is going to be where I'm going to be forever, it's still a big deal to do it for the 6 months or a year or whatever it was.
Yeah. That's kind of the hard thing too, is if you're not really sure if it's what you want to do.
Right.
It is a huge commitment. But I mean, it worked out for me, obviously, and it has so far.
Got to jump in with both feet and see what happens.
That's right. And also, I was lucky to kind of, I shouldn't say fall into, but end up in a really good situation, there with the laws. Like, I really, just the timing of everything was a blessing too, I showed up there, and next thing you know, COVID hits, right, and the world's semi-shut down. You know, in Florida, it wasn't quite as big of a deal as Canada.
Right.
But, you know, I showed up there and there's no shows, so the laws are around, and I basically got, you know, months of just training every day. You know?
That's
It
crazy.
was like a year-long clinic.
Yeah, you know, which is really, you know, nobody gets that, and especially in that situation,
Right.
being, you know, a young kid. And
Well, I think, honestly, Declan, it's a great, you and your story is a great example of how people can go out there and make it happen and stick their neck out there and just try.
yeah,
And it's cool to see how accomplished you've become as a rider, and I'm excited to see over the next several years how you're going to get all those great competitive results out of it. So I'm a fan.
thanks. Yeah, hopefully I keep it going.
You will. You will. So, all right. So look, we're gonna hang out at Teranova. I'm looking forward to seeing you and Maddie go like down the gauntlet
Head to head.
together and go head to head.
That's right.
Maddie, my money's on you. Honestly, she's gonna crush you.
Well, if her horse behaves in the dressage,
Yeah.
she might be able to catch me. Maybe.
Yeah, she's got you. Maybe. She's got you.
You go,
I'm
boy.
a fan of Maddie's as well. So, all right. Listen, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Sorry you got like attacked by 1,000 questions at once.
That's okay. That's easy. Then I just have to answer questions.
Yeah, it was great. You did an awesome job.
He was good.
He was amazing.
Just what I thought he would be.
Glad I lived up to the expectations.
Yeah, you were great. You're great. Go Canada. All right. Thank you for watching today, guys. We really appreciate you. Thank you to Horse Trailer Pros. They are amazing. If you guys have any issues with any of your trailers, go to Horse Trailer Pros. Wherever you are in the world, you should bring them here. Let Matt and his team take care of you, and we will catch you guys in 2 weeks for the next show. Thanksgiving.
I know. Can you
American
believe it?
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving in America.
Yeah. When is that in America?
Like the 24th,
The last Thursday of
25th. That's the best Thursday of the
November.
month. Yeah,
A little close to Christmas, don't you think?
It's a month away from Christmas.
it's great.
You
can
like
have it
Christmas?
twice.
Do you do Christmas in Canada?
Yeah.
They do it a
Believe it or
month
not.
early, though. All right, we'll be back for the next show in a couple weeks. Thanks, guys. We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.